It's a relatively powerful unit. The seller's requirement is to exchange it for another third-level barracks from the Chaos faction, or for some valuable blueprints, secret treasures, or wonders. Suyi looked at the message from the small merchant. Third-level barracks for blueprints, secret treasures, or wonders. Big talk. Suyi rubbed his forehead as he looked at the message. A third-level barracks, after all, is just that. The Cross Sisterhood is a powerful unit, but it's still a third-level barracks, and its value is far below that of purple blueprints. Even ordinary blueprints of the blue level are worth more. The reasons are multiple. First, if he can sell it, it means he can't use it himself. Second, blueprints of the blue level are like endless gold mines, worth far more than a third-level barracks. Not to mention secret treasures and wonders. This is just pure greed. The third-tier barracks are just that, third tier. They cannot be upgraded further. Honestly, they are just ordinary troop buildings. Whether it's blueprints, treasures, or wonders, these are all long-term investments that are more valuable than just third-tier barracks. This is a common understanding. Traveler from another world, the price is too high. There are no blueprints, treasures, or wonders available. Lin Xiaoxiao looked at Su Ye's reply and brightened up. Although Su Yi said there were no blueprints, treasures, or wonders, it meant he still had other items. Small merchant, when dealing with big deals, it's all about bargaining. What price can you offer? I'll try to negotiate for you. Su Yi thought for a moment after seeing Lin Xiaoxiao's message, then replied. Traveler from another world. 5 high-level meat resource cards and 1,000 source crystals. Lin Xiaoxiao's eyes lit up when she saw Su Ye's message. 5 high-level meat resource cards, each worth 100 source crystals on the market, plus 1,000 source crystals. That's a pretty high price. Small merchant. Wait a moment, I'll ask him. Just a second. Su Yi took a deep breath. Although he really wanted this barracks, bargaining didn't mean he had to pay more than necessary. He sat quietly in the hall, waiting for Lin Xiaoxiao's reply. After a while, Lin Xiaoxiao responded. Small merchant, the other side says it's too little. You need to add more. Seeing the message, Su Yi smiled. As long as there's room to negotiate, that's good. Traveler from another world. How much does he want? Small merchant. He wants 10 high-level resource cards and 2,000 source crystals. That's his bottom line. If it's less, forget it. Su Yi looked at the message from Lin Xiaoxiao. After calculating, it wasn't too expensive, about 3,000 source crystals. Such items are rare for beginners. Traveler from another world. Okay, let's trade. Small merchant. Got it. I'll initiate the trade. Su Yi directly traded 2,000 source crystals and 10 high-level meat resource cards for a third-tier building. The Nuns' Cathedral. A white cathedral model appeared in Su Ye's hand. It had a Gothic dome, a white cross, and shone with a holy light. Upgrade. Su Yi looked at the model of the church in his hand. Ding! Your Tier 3 barracks. Nun Church upgraded to Sacred Sanctuary. Su Yi gazed at the pure white sacred sanctuary glowing with divine light, completely opposite to the fallen angel sanctuary. The white church outlined the statue of an angel. Ethereal hymns floated around, and countless prayers sounded. Upgrade. Su Yi chose to upgrade the sacred sanctuary directly. Ding! Your barracks. Sacred Sanctuary upgraded, current level 2. Detailed attributes can be viewed at your convenience. After spending 100 source crystals to upgrade the Sacred Sanctuary, Su Yi checked its attributes. Name, Sacred Sanctuary level 2 rank, Divine Faction, Order Recruitment, 20/20ths, daily, cost, 1 gold coin, 1 million, upgrade, 1,000 source crystals, 1 holy seed, 10,000 gold coins PS. The absolute main force of the Order faction, the embodiment of absolute order. Your will and principles are the very essence of order and justice. Absolute order? Just like the Supreme Pact. A smile appeared on Su Ye's face as he left the Origin Dragon's nest. Today's luck is good. 2 barracks, so my territory should improve a bit. Su Yi looked at his land. A white light rose up. A pure white church appeared next to the Supreme Pact. Within the territory, especially the fallen angels, immediately sensed the presence of the sacred sanctuary, and one by one, they gathered in front of it. Lord God Emperor, Lilith's voice sounded. She looked at the newly appeared church, and for the first time, a clear hostility appeared in her eyes. Even when the Supreme Pact appeared, Lilith had never shown such hostility before. This hostility was not directed at Su Yi, but at the sacred sanctuary. Su Yi looked at Lilith with some helplessness and said, "We are allies, Lilith." Hearing Su Ye's words, Lilith's hostility faded. "Lord God Emperor, I will obey you, but they are hard to say." Su Yi sensed there was more behind her words. They referred to the not yet recruited Holy Angel Legion. Thinking of this, Su Yi felt a bit helpless. As long as there's no fighting, it's fine. As I always say, as long as they don't hold us back, everything else doesn't matter. Even if there is competition, it is a healthy one. Su Yi directly entered the courtyard of the Holy Sanctuary. He noticed that the Holy Sanctuary and the Fallen Angel Sanctuary are completely opposite. The courtyard of the Fallen Angel Sanctuary is filled with statues of holy angels. Lilith, Ista, and Talus followed Su Yi into the Holy Sanctuary. Pangelia waited outside because she was a bit larger in size and didn't go inside. A statue of an 18-winged angel appeared in the main hall. The angel held a sword with both hands, and its face showed a serious, sacred, and compassionate expression. The dome of the hall was filled with endless holy power. Lilith looked at the angel statue in front of her with a playful expression. Ista looked at it with disdain, while Talus followed behind Su Yi with a blank face. "Ding. Do you want to spend 20 gold coins for daily recruitment?" The system prompt sounded. "Recruit," Su Yi said eagerly, looking at the 18-winged holy angel statue. Countless rays of holy light intertwined, shining brilliantly. With the echo of sacred songs, many small angel shadows played music. The sacred hymn echoed throughout the hall. The holy light dispersed, and 20 figures appeared in the hall. They gathered together, with 20 angelic figures appearing before Su Yi, floating in the air. Ista held a battle blade in her hand. Lilith restrained herself well, but looked a bit annoyed. As the holy light faded, 20 angels dressed in silver-white armor, with white wings and golden hair, kneeled on the ground. "We pay our respects, Lord." Their loyal and firm voices rang out. "Get up first," Su Yi said to the 20 recruited angels. The 20 angels stood up. The leader, with a fervent and devout look, looked at Su Yi and also saw Ista and Lilith behind him. A pure white sword appeared in his hand. Su Yi, although he knew there was tension between holy angels and fallen angels, he didn't expect such a scene to happen immediately upon meeting. "Stop," Su Yi said. Ista's dark aura faded away, and she snorted coldly. The holy power on the newly recruited angels also disappeared, and the pure white sword vanished. Su Yi rubbed his forehead and looked at the leading angel, checking her attributes. Name, Kesha Loyalty, 100 level, Black Iron 1-star rank, Divine Unit Type. Holy Order, Kesha Talent. Holy Order Skill, Flame of Order Artifact, Sword of Order Potential. Creation, Crystal Palace Bonus, PS. A bright angel who masters divine power and the power of order, the true ruler of the Order faction, with unimaginable potential and strength. Just as I thought, Su Yi looked at Kesha's attribute panel. Compared to Ista, her initial attributes are almost completely opposite. Ista is pure darkness, while Kesha is pure light. Then Su Yi turned to the other 19 angels. Name, Holy Angel Loyalty, 100 level, Black Iron 1-star unit type. Holy Angel Talent, Holy Power Skill, Judgment Fire Artifact, Judgment Sword Potential, Main God, Crystal Palace Bonus. PS. A special angel belonging to Kesha's holy army, who masters divine power and has the absolute authority to judge creatures deemed evil. Su Yi looked at the description of the holy angel. The angel has the absolute authority to judge evil creatures. Is this the legendary saying, "If I say you are evil, then you are evil"? Kesha, this is Lilith, the original sin-fallen angel, and this is Ista, a pure-blood fallen angel. I think you should know all this without me telling you, Su Yi said slowly. Kesha looked at Lilith and Ista. After hesitating for a moment, she nodded. This is Talus, and there are others outside like Pangelia. I hope you all get along well. You are all my most trusted people. I don't want internal conflict, Su Yi said seriously. These words were meant for Kesha, but also for Lilith and Ista. Master, your will is our pursuit, Kesha said solemnly, kneeling slightly. Divine Emperor, we will also listen to you, Lilith said with a smile, leaning close to Su Yi. Ista also nodded. The matter was settled. The Holy Angels ultimately became part of Su Ye's forces. Their opposition was useless, and Su Yi had already spoken. He did not want to see internal conflicts among them. Therefore, even if he did not fully welcome the Holy Angels, whether Lilith or Ista, they were all under Su Ye's control. This was the benefit of having a constant 100 loyalty. Without it, even at 100 loyalty, the loyalty could still drop sharply, especially since the extreme units from both factions had gathered together. This situation was completely unimaginable. Ista, Lilith, Talus, take Kesha and introduce her to the others. Remember, don't cause trouble. Tonight, we will hold a banquet to welcome Pangelia and Kesha to our home, Su Yi said with a smile. Understood, Your Majesty, Lilith replied happily. Yes, my lord, Kesha said sincerely. Ista didn't speak, and Talus looked expressionless. Su Yi watched Kesha, Lilith, and the others leave, took a deep breath. As long as there was no fighting, everything would be fine. The others could take time to get used to living together. Right now, I have 4 barracks under my command. The units are roughly divided into 4 types: fallen angels, holy angels, dragons, and genetic forbidden troops. The weakest are the genetic forbidden troops. It seems that Talus and her group will need to focus on improving their genetic fusion soon, Su Yi thought to himself. Among the 4 main unit types, the weakest was definitely the genetic forbidden troops. The strongest at the moment was the dragons, specifically Pangelia and her ancient black gold dragon legion. Although they were all at 1-star iron level, Pangelia was undoubtedly the strongest under Su Ye's command, even surpassing Lilith and others. Almost done, Su Yi said to himself after organizing his thoughts. He opened his friend chat and sent a message directly to the little merchant. Interdimensional traveler, please help me keep an eye out for news about the Chaos Seed, the Holy Seed. I want both, just at a good price. Lin Xiaoxiao saw Su Ye's message and quickly replied. Little merchant, okay, boss. Leave it to me. I should be able to find them within a few days. Interdimensional traveler, great, thanks a lot. Su Yi closed the chat window and left the holy sanctuary. What Su Yi didn't know was that the chat channel had already sparked a huge storm. Wow, wow, wow. Have you seen the battle power rankings? Damn, is this really a person? Is this really a human? What's going on? Did something happen? No, the person upstairs just got internet at home. The top-ranked person's battle power suddenly jumped from 100,000 to 200,000. That's unbelievable. The top person must have a high-level technological barracks. Otherwise, such a sudden increase in battle power wouldn't make sense. It's confirmed, it's a high-level tech barracks. Only technology can produce large amounts of weapons and equipment, which explains the rapid increase in battle power. It couldn't be just from soldiers. What if it really is from soldiers? Hey, that stubborn person upstairs, which soldiers could boost battle power so much? Even my holy domain level soldiers are just average. Wow, holy domain level soldiers. Respect to the expert. Please guide us, master. The chat channel instantly went off topic. The storm in the chat channel didn't bother Su Yi much. Even if he knew, it wouldn't matter. The battle power list is ranked by the will of the eternal world. Su Yi kept his information hidden, so even if his battle power soared, no one could find him. It's impossible for anyone to locate him. No information at all. Even if someone has divination-type soldiers, they couldn't figure out his existence unless Su Yi revealed himself foolishly. As long as Su Yi doesn't expose himself, no one can find him through divination. Su Yi stepped out of the sacred hall and looked at his territory. The Gene Forbidden Army was relaxing by the Spirit Source Lake, chatting casually. The original Sin Fallen Angels and Pureblood Fallen Angels were playing and splashing in the lake. The ancient black gold dragon crashed into the lake like a cannonball, then leapt out of the water, creating waves. Talus sat quietly by the lake, with Pangelia beside her. Ista was walking shoulder to shoulder with Kesha, while Lilith lazily lay by the lake. Everything was so peaceful and harmonious. Su Yi smiled at the scene, then didn't mind. He summoned a golden tower in his hand. The only wonder, the Tower of Eternity. Name, Tower of Eternity level. Unique feature, Eternal Light Node. A marvel with a unique attribute that can gather eternal light, allowing units to continuously evolve. A miracle-type marvel. Is there only one feature for this unique marvel? Su Yi stroked his chin while looking at the model of the Tower of Eternity in his hand. Then he checked what the feature, Eternal Light actually does. Eternal Light has the property of eternal immortality, capable of constantly strengthening the physical toughness of your units, forming an everlasting divine body. Very good, very powerful. Suyi looked at the Tower of Eternity's attributes. Simple and straightforward, but effective. By increasing the physical strength of units, and even forming an immortal divine body, the Tower of Eternity truly lives up to its status as a marvel with a unique attribute. Remember, although units are recruited, they are living beings with flesh and blood. Their physical strength always matters. For example, compared to Lilith, Pangelia, although a 1-star Black Iron, has much stronger physical toughness than Lilith. What does forming an immortal divine body mean? It's like Su Ye's units, each gathering eternal divine essence. That's the most terrifying part of the Tower of Eternity. Even weak units, under the glow of the Tower of Eternity, will undergo transformation, eventually becoming indestructible, eternal divine bodies, gathering eternal divine essence. Su Ye's mind moved, and the golden giant tower in his hand transformed into a large golden sun, hanging high above his territory. The golden sun hovered over his land. Lilith and others also noticed this golden sun, then disappeared into the void. A mysterious presence appeared in Su Ye's territory. Su Ye knew that this was the effect of the eternal light. Over time, the units within his territory would inevitably gather eternal divine essence. It's a long process, but all of this is worth waiting for. The eternal light constantly enhances their physical bodies, increasing their strength over time. It takes patience and the passage of years. Done. Su Ye stretched lazily and went to Lilith's side, leaning on her. Lilith, understanding, began to massage Su Ye. Su Ye closed his eyes, enjoying Lilith's massage. Meanwhile, over at Yishio's side, Yishio stared hard at the top spot on the combat power list. Sure enough, this guy is already rushing to strengthen himself. As a tech-focused unit, he's developing too quickly by working with that small merchant, Yishio thought with a hint of frustration. He originally thought that even if he couldn't catch up to the first place, at least he could make it into the top 10. But now he realized he was wrong. He didn't even make it into the top 500. However, Yishio was not discouraged. Everything happening now was exactly as he remembered. Nothing had changed. The only difference was himself. There's still hope. If I can wait until the 7th day of the beginner period for the dimensional rift to open, I might have a chance to reach the top 10. Yishio looked at the number 1 on the list. He no longer wanted to aim for first place. It was too extreme. Su Ye's power had increased so much that he had no chance to catch up. He simply couldn't compete. Whose power increases by hundreds of thousands all at once. There were 4 days left. During these 4 days, he would focus on saving his unit's strength. When the dimensional rift opens, he would make a final effort. For now, he decided to play it safe. One step at a time. If he didn't, he would have no chance at all. The first merchant during the beginner period had already blacklisted him. It was much harder to exchange for the resources he needed, and his development slowed down. Not everything a lord gets is suitable for him. Sometimes, even if something is good, it might not fit his needs and is of little use. It would be better to exchange for resources instead. But because he was blacklisted, his efficiency in trading resources dropped. Often, he had to sell cheaply just to get what he needed. There was no other way. If he didn't trade, the resources would go to waste. Although he could survive the beginner period this way, it wasn't what he wanted. The beginner lord period was the only time when commoners could develop fairly. After this period, those second-generation lords who didn't do well early on would start to make their move. Their families had enough resources to help them grow quickly. Compared to commoner lords, these second-generation lords only needed to do one thing during the beginner period. That was to ensure their lord identity while gathering as many resources as possible. If they couldn't get resources, it didn't matter, so long as they didn't lose their lord status. Lucky civilian lords often choose to fully develop their territories during the beginner period, even if it means selling resources cheaply. As long as they can grow their land, they see it as worthwhile. Once the beginner period ends, the special benefits disappear, and many problems will follow. At that time, quick development becomes nearly impossible. This is actually the best time for civilian lords to grow. That's why some sell treasures cheaply. They know their value. It's not because they don't understand, but because they have no choice. If they don't develop now, it will be even harder later. In the end, the beginner period is the best time for civilian lords to develop. Lords with some potential will do everything they can to expand their territory and strengthen their armies, laying a solid foundation. Only in this way can they secure a place in the future world of lords. Otherwise, they might become vassals of others or even have their territories taken over, turning into resources for others. On Su Ye's side, after some time, having taken a nap, Su Yi stretched lazily and stood up from the ground. Then he opened the Lord's Heart panel. Ding! Do you want to spend 300 source crystals to upgrade the Lord's Heart? Upgrade. Su Yi chose to upgrade directly. The diamond-shaped mark on his wrist glowed, and a warm current flowed through his body. Ding! Your Lord's Heart is now level 4. You can check its specific attributes. Ding! Do you want to choose a term? Yes. Su Ye's voice responded. 2 red terms and 1 gold term appeared before him. Red term, End of the Age of Magic. Red term, Infinite Evolution. Gold term, Mechanical Ascension. 2 reds and 1 gold. Su Yi looked at the terms appearing in front of him and began to examine them one by one. End of the Age of Magic. A red territory term. Your territory will no longer have any supernatural powers, becoming a forbidden zone. All supernatural objects will be completely destroyed. This. Su Yi stared at the red term, stunned. If no supernatural powers exist and all supernatural objects are destroyed, in simple terms, after establishing the country, no spirits or magical beings are allowed. Only technological armies can develop. This was completely unacceptable to Su Yi. The main reason this entry could become a red-level item was because all extraordinary things would be destroyed. It meant that whether the extraordinary objects within Su Ye's territory or those outside would be wiped out, even gods would fall here. This was the impressive part of this entry. It cut off all extraordinary existences. Even gods would be completely destroyed by this entry. Impressive, but not suitable for me, Su Yi said, shaking his head. It wasn't suitable for him because his troops were only the gene-restricted army, which was a technological force. But even so, the gene-restricted army still had extraordinary factors, so it wasn't suitable for him. Su Yi looked at the next red entry. Infinite Evolution, a red troop entry. Your troops will break through their potential limit and grow without restrictions. How far they can grow depends on you. Break through the potential limit. Su Yi looked at his troops. Choosing this entry meant they would no longer have a visible potential cap. In other words, how far the troops could go depended on them or on how Su Yi developed his territory. That doesn't seem too bad, Su Yi said, then looked at the last golden entry. Mechanical Ascension, a golden troop entry. Your troops will transform into a technological force, doubling research speed and increasing production speed by 1,000 times. Flesh and blood are weak. Mechanical Ascension. It looks like there's no choice, Su Yi said, looking at the 3 entries that appeared. The first and third had obvious problems. The second red entry was clearly the best. Although it didn't show any obvious boosts or enhancements, its value was immeasurable. At least, it broke the upper limit of troop potential. His troops would no longer have a potential cap, which, combined with the recently acquired Tower of Eternity, would allow him to maximize his troops' potential. He wasn't sure how far they could go in the end, but he was certain that they would surpass what they could before obtaining this entry. Bind. Infinite Evolution. Ding. The entry has been bound to Infinite Evolution. Specific attributes can be viewed in the Lord's Heart. Su Yi looked at his remaining source crystals. There were still 4,600 left. That's enough. Gaining a level per day at this rate isn't too fast or too slow. I still need to buy things. Su Yi planned his resources. He still had tens of thousands of gold coins, but it was far from enough. Today's void trial didn't yield many source crystals, and he didn't get any gold coins. He decided to see how much he could gain from tomorrow's void trial. The little merchant was still helping him buy materials, but it might cost quite a bit. This process needs to be slow. Otherwise, when he upgrades the barracks, he might run out of money, which would be a joke. Su Yi opened the Lord's Heart attributes to check. Name, Lord's Heart level, Black Iron 4 stars attributes, Divine Evolution, red, Infinite Evolution, red, Crystal Palace, gold, Sign Barrier, gold, upgrade, 400 source crystals. Not bad. 2 gold, and 2 red attributes. I wonder how other lords are doing with their attributes. Suyi closed the lord's heart and looked around. Only Pangelia was obediently lying beside him. Pangelia, why aren't you playing with them? Suyi asked curiously. God King, I don't want to go. I want to stay by the God King's side. Pangelia opened her dragon eyes, her golden pupils shining with unwavering loyalty. Suyi smiled and patted Pangelia's head. It felt a bit cold and smooth, incredibly sleek. Let's go. The banquet is starting. Suyi looked at the sky, which was gradually darkening. The Tower of Eternity is hidden within his territory's space. It usually doesn't appear in Su Ye's territory unless he wants it to. At the Feast of Excess, there are unlimited supplies of fine wine and delicacies, both bronze and black iron levels. In Su Ye's view, this spectacle of the Feast of Excess helped solve one of the biggest problems faced by a lord, food. As the number of troops increases, so does the demand for food. The troops under Su Ye's command also need food, at least in the early stages. In the beginning, it's manageable. But later, if the army grows to tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, the daily consumption will be enormous. Suyi carried a bottle of black iron-grade vodka, which, when taken regularly, could improve his physical strength. He was accompanied by Lilith and Kesha. He looked at the bonfire party in front of him, smiling. The black gold dragon kept eating meat. The gene-restricted soldiers and holy angels were drinking together, and the original sin-fallen angels and pure-blood fallen angels were performing their talents. Laughter and joy filled Su Ye's territory, occasionally interrupted by the roar of a dragon. Suyi was also lost in this lively atmosphere. He didn't know how much he had drunk and couldn't remember where he finally fell asleep. The next morning, a system notification sounded. Ding! You have topped the combat power list for one day and received a combat power gift pack. Please check it. The system alert woke Suyi from his hangover. He pushed aside the soft, white thigh resting on him, shook his head, and crawled out of the pile of beauties. Is it a new day? Is today the 4th day? Suyi, feeling a bit groggy, walked over to the Chaos Spring and opened the system log. Combat Power Gift Pack. Suyi looked into his personal storage space. A gift pack was quietly lying inside. Suyi ignored the Combat Power Gift Pack in his personal storage and looked at his reflection in the Chaos Spring. His face was pale, his eyes vacant, as if drained. I've been hurt by wine and pleasure. I am so exhausted. Starting today, no more alcohol. Suyi silently vowed as he looked at his reflection in the water. He forcefully drank a few sips from the Chaos Spring, feeling his dried-up body come back to life. Feeling good, Suyi exhaled a deep breath, sensing every cell in his body cheering. System, open the Combat Power Gift Pack, Suyi ordered in a deep voice. Ding! You received 1,000 gold coins, 100 source crystals, 1 troop refresh and recruitment card, and 1 barracks upgrade card. Wow! Can it even give out this kind of thing? Suyi looked at the barracks upgrade card. It was like a free upgrade for the barracks. For ordinary lords, this was quite common because they didn't need many special materials to upgrade their barracks. But for sanctified or higher-level barracks, this item was very precious. Suyi looked at his upgrade card for the barracks, put it away, and considered which of the 4 barracks he should upgrade. He hadn't decided yet. Currently, only the Fallen Holy Hall was a level 3 barracks for refreshing recruits. Using the refresh for that building would be the most cost-effective. This is a bit tricky, Suyi thought as he looked at his territory. His fallen angels had over 200 units, while the others only had a few dozen. The gap was too large and unbalanced. Wait a bit. The day has just started, and there's still time, Suyi decided, realizing it was still early and there was no rush. Thinking this, he opened his friend chat to see if any small merchants had sent messages. Sure enough, he saw one from yesterday at 11 at night. At that time, he was busy celebrating and didn't hear the private message. Small merchant. Boss, I found the seed of technology you wanted. It costs 10,000 gold coins. If you're interested, reply back. Heart/JPG, seed of technology. Suyi read the message from the small merchant. Otherworld traveler. Are you there? Small merchant. Yes, boss. I'm here. Otherworld traveler. I want the seed of technology. Let's trade now. Small merchant. Okay, boss. I've sent the trade request. Please accept. Suyi saw the trade request pop up and directly accepted it. A seed of technology appeared before him. Perfect. Today's recruitment hasn't started yet, Suyi said